My late grandmother had one cure for every possible medical problem. You have a headache, you have a bad stomach, you have temperature, you have a skin rash, 1 spoon of fish oil. Macedonia's economic policies remind me of my grandmother. There is one solution for every economic problem: unemployment, trade deficit, budget deficit. The solution is announce yet another foreign investment with thousands of promised jobs in 2 years tops. The obsession with foreign direct investment, and it is an obsession, is bad for the economy of Macedonia. It is part of a psychological syndrome of the foreigners will solve everything for us. If we have a political problem, the foreigners will solve it. If we have an economic problem, the foreigners' money will solve it. Foreign direct investment is a reliance on outsiders to solve problems that the Macedonians themselves should cope with. It is what is known in Greek as deus ex machina. Studies in the last 30 years have proven conclusively that foreign direct investment is a mixed blessing in economies which do not have a strong private sector. Macedonia, as you know, has a very well-developed public sector which is growing robustly, especially over the last 10 years. Macedonia's budget is more than half of GDP. But the private sector is heavily reliant on the government and is very weak. In such economies, foreign direct investment may have actually negative effects. In contrast, domestic investment by locals in their own economy, has only positive results, aspects, and effects. Small and medium enterprises, startups, family-owned businesses constitute more than 80% of the economy of Germany, for instance, which is by far the most successful economy in the world. There is no arguing, there's no disputing that foreign investors bring with them some badly needed things. They bring with them patents and intellectual property, new technologies, new management techniques, new skills, and most importantly, they open up and provide access to export markets. And these are the positive aspects of foreign direct investment which should not be underestimated. However, in economies like Macedonia, which are underdeveloped economies, there are also negative effects. Consider, for instance, the fact that foreign direct investment is capital intensive. In other words, foreigners invest in automation. Foreign direct investment is also labor efficient. In other words, foreigners do not employ people. They invest in automation, in robotics. And so there is very little employment as a result of FDI. Second thing is that foreigners compete unfavorably and unfairly with local businesses for very scarce resources, capital, bank credits, bank loans. These go to foreigners instead of to locals. This unfair competition is called in economics crowding out. And then there's a question of, is foreign direct investment a benefit to the economy? Overall, actually, and unbelievably, it is not. Numerous studies have shown that foreigners take out of the country much more than they put in the form of dividends, royalties, interest on loans, and repatriation of profits. Foreigners actually take 1.5 times more foreign exchange out of the country than they put into the country. Moreover, the benefits that foreign investors get from the government in the form of lower taxation or no taxation, tax holiday, in the form of direct grants, direct help, monetary and otherwise, these benefits usually far outweigh the benefits, direct and indirect, of the investments themselves. So, foreigners benefit from foreign direct investment more than the local economy, or the government, or the people. Next thing is that it has been again shown and demonstrated that foreign direct investment does not foster growth in the economy. and does not foster stability. Actually, foreigners are fickle. They are unreliable. They jump ship with the first sign of crisis. The first hint of crisis, foreigners pack up, repatriate their money, and leave the country. Foreign direct investment is therefore pro-cyclical. When a cycle starts, foreigners help the cycle. When the economy is going up, foreigners go up with the economy. But when it is going down, foreigners push the economy even further down by retreating, withdrawing, and leaving the country. Foreign direct investment also displaces, by competition, displaces local manufacturers and local exporters. It is very difficult for a small Macedonian firm, a small family-owned company, to compete with a giant foreign entity that comes here, establishes an enormous factory, totally automated, and then exports to the very same markets that the small Macedonian firm is competing in. So foreigners actually very often destroy the local export sector and by competition cause great harm to small and medium enterprises. And so the benefits of foreign direct investment should be balanced against these negative effects. There is one effect that is rarely mentioned, and that is the fact that foreign direct investment encourages corruption, especially among politicians. Maybe that's why it's so popular with politicians, because they can make a lot of money from the foreigners that come here in the form of bribes and other benefits, junkets, flights, hotels, and so on and so forth. Foreigners and politicians are very good friends to the detriment of the economy and the local business. Finally, foreigners and foreign direct investment contribute to asset bubbles. They push up the price of real estate. In many markets, they push up the prices of stocks in the stock exchange. And when they leave, or when foreign direct investment levels and stabilizes, the bubbles burst. And there is a boom and bust cycle. Countries with a high percentage of foreign direct investment actually have a less stable economy than countries without. I'm not trying to say that foreign direct investment should be avoided or is a bad thing. It is a good thing, and it should not be avoided, and it should be encouraged. But the emphasis should be on local investment, local businesses, domestic manufacturing, domestic services. Locals are the future of Macedonia. Macedonians are the future of Macedonia, not some anonymous German, Dutch, British, or American firm who doesn't give a fig about Macedonia and would leave Macedonia in an instant with the first sign of trouble.